A very good morning. Thank you so much for staying with us. You are still watching the Morning Breeze, our segment of the breakfast meeting. My name is Fincon, and this morning we are going to discuss what you've just seen on the screens actually. Uganda Kwekwaffe Business and Culture Forum, Canada. So we'll be finding out, what exactly this forum entails, what it takes to participate, and of course, how the diaspora are actually going to be, going about this, partnership. Because the theme is interesting. The topic is partnering for development. But how exactly is the diaspora going to do this? How do we have our relatives, out of the country, invest back home, contribute to the country's economy, contribute to growth, and also, get to participate and benefit so that by the time they return back home, there is something in there for them. Now, joining me in studio is Madame Damalie Mukiibi, Director Business Development, Fincon Africa, and she's among the keynote speakers. So we will be finding out, we're going to get a tip or two on what exactly she'll be saying in Canada for those that will not be going to Canada. And of course, this is a lady who's actually currently the Director of Business Development and Operations at Fincon Africa, an indigenous financial advisory firm based in Uganda. And as we speak, she has more than 10 years of experience. Of course, that's in banking and financial services in emerging markets. So she is the right person to talk to. Good morning, Damalie.
Good morning, Dory.
How are you?
Fine,
thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so Uganda Kwekwaffe, you were a keynote speaker.
Yes.
What exactly is going to happen?
Thank you, Doreen and NBS, for hosting us and giving us a voice to share with our people on what we're going to do. Uganda Kwekwaffe is an annual business and cultural event that will be happening in Canada to create awareness of what we have back home in Uganda and how the diaspora can play a role back in the economic development of our country. So that's what we'll be talking about. There are different keynote speakers who will be sharing experiences, stories, opportunities, but mine particularly will be talking about the role of financing, how the diaspora can help finance the SMEs back home. That's one of our specialities.
All right.
So we'd like to create a linkage between the diaspora and the SMEs in Uganda.
All right.
Yes.
And what's in there for the diaspora? Because I'm looking at you, coming up with all these suggestions.
Yes.
And they're looking at you like, okay, what's in there for us?
Yeah. History has shown that many people in the diaspora want to participate. They want to play a role back home, but they are often disappointed. They send money that disappears amongst relatives. And we've also seen that the diaspora remittances contribute 5% of our GDP. For example, in 2017, there was around about $1.2 billion from the diaspora to Uganda. But over 80% of it goes into household consumption. And we also know that when people want to come home, they want to participate, but they can't because they fear. I've not done anything back home, what can I do?
Yes.
So we've created a platform, an opportunity for the people back in the diaspora to invest back home. How are they good? What is in it for them? There will be things like doing due diligence, creating business opportunities, profiling these SMEs. There's a fund where they can invest, not only for now, but even future. So that when they come back home, there's something they have to come back to.
All right.
Yes.
What's the criteria? Because initially, like you've said, normally the worry is, there are issues of trust, issues of, prior disappointments. Like you've said, someone sends back their money, they come back home 5 years, 10 years down the road, there's nothing to show for their money. So how do you intend to build trust?
Like I said, the platform creates systems in place. If Doreen, you're in the diaspora and you want to invest back home, how can you do it? There will be opportunities for you to use your skill, to use your networks, to use, to to put into this pool. Now, whereas I'm going to be handling the financial bit of it, but we're not only looking at finance, there will be things like skills, the guys out there know the markets. So we want to work with them to ensure these things are in place. Now, back to trust. There'll be structures in place. There are people here who are already running similar entities. There are organizations and agencies that support such activities. So ours is to bring everyone to the table, create systems in place if I want to invest, profile these companies, that the SMEs that need support, follow through to ensure that whoever is investing their money, whoever is investing their skill, whoever is investing their resources, they don't go to waste. Now, at the forum, we're not going to be talking to them. We want to dialogue, to understand how this can better be done. And it's a continuous journey. It started, it's 2 years now, like we've said, this is the second forum. There will be many more to come. We'll refine as we go along the way, as opportunity presents itself. But we have to start somewhere, and we think it's a great platform. We have had a lot of support from partnering organizations, including NBS. So there's a lot of opportunity in there, and that's what we want to take advantage of.
So Damalie, I'm looking at your expertise, and interestingly, you're dealing with the most important, I would call them pieces of the country's economy today.
Money.
I know, and I'm looking at the SMEs, very important, biggest contributor to the country's economy. You're dealing with women in business, as well. What would you say are the opportunities that are in there for the diaspora, in these two sectors that I just talked about?
Doreen, we have seen that SMEs, that's small to medium enterprises, form over 90% of business entities in Uganda.
Yes.
So they are a major driver of our economy. So we need to be looking at them. There are different players in there, but everyone needs to play a role. Even you're playing a role right now by, sensitizing the mass out there about SMEs. So the people in business, what we're telling them, be part of what is happening, be part of the development. When you see something like Uganda Kwekwaffe, how am I going to participate? So we want to make them ready in this platform. One of the challenges we've had with SMEs in the country is lack of information, poor governance. So these are the things we want to put in place, or we are putting in place, because it's already a journey that has started, to ensure we make our people ready. If the people who are attending, let's say the guys who are coming from here, if they get an opportunity and they network or find a market in Canada, what are the things the other side is looking for? So on our side is to make you ready, to ensure all these things are in place, create proper governance, create a flow of information, do due diligence. Basically, we intermediate, and ours at Fincon Africa is to intermediate. We do financial intermediation between banks, between agencies, between SMEs, and it's a continuous journey. We learn a lot even from the SMEs on their ways and mode of operation.
Let us, I'm still focusing a lot on the SMEs.
Yes.
You did mention some of the challenges, and there are quite plenty, that are currently facing the SME sector in the country, despite it being, the biggest contributor to the economy. Among the challenges, we'll talk about financing, lack of information, like you did say, taxes, registration of businesses, with all the disadvantages that come with not registering a business, etc. And some of these challenges can be a setback.
Yes.
Or they could put off someone who intends to invest. How do you intend to strike a balance?
That is what we need to fix. That is what we are fixing. I'll talk about financing, where I participate. When we look at an ordinary SME, whereas the banks have played a major role in financing of SMEs, there's still a lot required. There's still a lot of room for improvement. And like we said, governance, record keeping.
Yes.
Okay. So we go into your business, or we into associations where these SMEs are domiciled or that bring them together, and we help put some of these things in place. We even have mechanisms where we have small SMEs we follow for case study purposes and say, have you put this in place? Can we do this? And some we've achieved success, some we have not.
Okay.
And those are the lessons for us to learn. So those are the bottlenecks we want to plug. Okay. Like I said, we can't do it on our own.
Yeah.
We have to work with everyone. Everyone has a role to play. So this is part of the platform that is looking at plugging all that. How can we partner for development? Where are our bottlenecks? How can we overcome? Yeah. So yes, they are there. We're aware, and that is the role we're playing.
All right.
I may not be able to go into the detail. For example, finance. How can we make you what we call bankable? How can we make you bankable? We clean you up and set you ready for the bank to touch you.
Yeah.
So we want to make our SMEs ready for the diaspora to be able to play a role in their development.
All right, interesting.
In their growth.
Okay, interesting. So when exactly is this convention?
It's going to happen on the 19th and 20th of April.
Okay.
At Howard Johnson Hotel in Edmonton, in Canada. Different people have registered to attend. Unfortunately, the registration has closed because of the time required to get a Canadian visa.
Yes.
However, it's still open to the diaspora in Canada. They'll even be paying at the gate for those who there will be registration at the gate.
Okay.
For those who want to attend.
To walk in.
Yes, to walk in.
Okay.
However, it's an annual event. If you've not participated this year, you can participate next year. Okay. However, there is a portal, www.ugandakwekwaffe.com, where you can keep interacting. Even for those who want to participate in different areas, they can engage and be part of the journey.
All right. So you did mention, information, as one of the challenges, still looking at the SME. What are some of the hard questions you feel the participants should ask come the 19th?
I think you already asked.
Oh, the hard questions.
The hard question. Yeah. If I am going to participate, if I am going to put money where I am not, how am I going to ensure my money will come back? How am I going to ensure it's covered?
Yeah.
And these are some of the things we'll be answering. I don't know if we have time to answer a proper case study, but we'll be putting things like guarantees in place. Doreen, we're going to invest in your business. What is the guarantee that excess money won't be lost in your business? So we'll have, like I said, mechanisms and structures in place to plug all this. Then they'll be asking things, what are and where are the opportunities?
Yes.
Yeah. I may not tell you right now, Doreen, that this is where you should invest this, and ours is an advisory role. I can even tell you invest in agriculture, invest in clothes, but depending on the sectors that we build along the way, and some of these sectors, it's the SMEs who actually educate us, and we see how to work around them, and we say, guys, there's an opportunity here. For instance, we'd like to profile some of these SMEs that have opportunities for investment.
Yeah.
And once they are profiled, due diligence is done, guarantees are in place, then we put it on the portal and say, guys, there's an opportunity here.
We can partner here and there.
Yes, we can partner here. Okay. That's how much we want to drill down.
Yes.
To get it moving. There's the top line that will be to make them diaspora ready or investment ready, but now that's how far we intend to drill down. And like we've said, it's not only our role. We have actually banks on board. We have other development partners who are partnering to make this happen. Something very basic, we even have the National Identification and Registration Agency, NIRA, who are going to go and register.
Oh, great.
Yes, Ugandans in the diaspora, giving them IDs. So now, remember, when they come to open an account here, you're required to have a national ID.
So it
that
won't
will
be
make
an
it
issue.
yes, so it won't be an issue.
Okay.
So to begin with, that's even one of the services we're going to offer.
You're literally making the process easy for them.
Yes.
Yeah, it will be a walk-in.
Yes, and then the bank also on this side will be happy that there's someone doing due diligence. On the other side, basically through things like agency banking.
All right. So supervision is also one of the many reasons as to why the diaspora rarely invest back home.
Yes.
How do you intend to go about this? How do you tend to involve them? Because
I'll pick up a specific example.
Yes.
From one of the things we're doing already. We create a fund where they can invest.
Full resources, yeah.
Yes, their resources. Now, it is the fund that will finance. You in the diaspora, you get a return on my investment. Okay. So for those who are not going into particular businesses, it will be things like the fund, whereby you get updates on the fund, how it's performing. You can keep an eye. You can check your returns. Exactly. Yeah.
And for those that intend to invest in businesses.
Supervision.
Yes.
We have mechanisms in place where we have business development people who are going to be looking out. Like we said, governance is one of the things we want to put in place to do periodic reporting, periodic monitoring of how our SMEs are doing, where people have invested.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a bit off, but yeah, you know, women in business, I would never let you go without, you know, touching this bit. Is there something for them, you know, come the convention?
Big time.
What's
big time, Doreen.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say I am one of the pioneers of the Women in Business Development Program. A role I did at DFCU Bank, and I'd like to thank DFCU because they've been very instrumental in bringing the plight of women. We all know the adage saying that educate a girl and you've educated a nation. Empower a girl and you've empowered the whole nation.
Yeah.
Empower Doreen, and she's
you're all
sensitive. Exactly. So this is also, it's the same concept. Focus on the woman, help her overcome her challenges, set the road for her to shine, and she will be the sun. Same training, doing financial intermediation, ensuring they have resources. And with all due respect to men, we know women are very trustworthy.
Yes.
And they mean business.
We seem to have, you know, of late focused a lot on women, and you know, in terms of, you know, individuals, government, different organizations, different partners here and there, you know, funds, sensitization, etc. Would you say that, you know, all this effort is paying off finally?
Yes, it is. I think culturally, and I'm glad the Kwekwaffe also handles culture. Culturally, and why there's a lot of focus on the woman, we have seen women in the past have played a back role. And they didn't have the same platform like their male counterparts, hence all these things of let's empower the woman. But yes, they've paid off. We've seen women-led businesses, girls are into businesses, and they are more intuitious. They are more resilient. They've participated, and all these platforms have helped a lot of women and girls, you know, venture into business. There's been a lot of hand-holding, so this is still part of the journey.
Well, interesting. So finally, for those that will want to be part of the convention, first of all, registration is done. You know, the period is almost closed. Yeah, it's closed.
For Uganda.
For Uganda.
For Uganda only, and it's because of the gestation period for getting the
visa.
Canadian visas. Yes.
I agree. But for those that are in Canada, what is it that they require to be part of this?
They can register online to be part of it, but there's even they can come in.
How much is it?
$30.
$30, okay.
Yeah, $30. Right. I beg to be corrected by the organizers in case I'm off, but I think it is $30.
Yeah.
for them to come and participate. And there's a world of opportunity. We encourage them to come and network. We encourage them to come and take advantage of all this, to listen,
Yes.
to be part of it.
To learn.
Yeah, to
Very
learn.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, Canada is a green area,
Yeah.
especially where Uganda is concerned. But we've also seen a lot of professionals in Canada who have a big role to play back home. So all this is open to anyone in business. It's not just trade, but professionals and business people. Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Damalie. Any final remarks to the viewers? And of
Yes,
course,
I'd like to thank the organizers of the Uganda Kwekwaffe Business Annual Forum, including NBS,
all right.
and encourage everyone to participate, engage. For those who are attending, we'll be happy to be together. Follow the portal. And also next year, because you said it's an annual event, please come in and participate.
Oh yeah, for those that
Thank
missed
you.
out on the registration,
Yes,
I
the
agree.
SMEs,
Yeah.
please take advantage of this. All this is out there for you, and let's let Uganda grow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Damalie. It's been a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
And of course, to the viewers, thank you so much. I've been speaking to Madame Damalie Mukiibi, Director Business Development, Fincon Africa, and of course, she is currently the Director Business Development and Operations at Fincon Africa, an indigenous financial advisory firm based here in Uganda. And of course, we've been looking at Uganda Kwekwaffe Business and Culture Forum in Canada that will be happening on the 19th of April, onwards. Registration is done, unfortunately, but like she says, it's an annual event, so you can as well start now to prepare for next year's, and the topic will be partnering for development. It's been a pleasure. My name is Doreen Komhanj. Good morning.